What if the task that's sitting on your desk right now, the one that's going to eat up your next 2 hours, could be done in 8 minutes? Not because you cut corners, not because you rushed, but because you had an assistant that never gets tired, never complains, and works at the speed of thought. That's not a fantasy. That's what's already happening in law firms right now. And the paralegals who know about it, they're pulling ahead fast. Here's the thing nobody's really talking about. The paralegal profession isn't shrinking because of AI, it's actually upgrading. The people who figure that out early are the ones who end up with more work, more responsibility, and yes, more money. So today, we're going to break down exactly how paralegals can start using AI tools to completely transform the way they work. We're talking faster drafts, smarter research, document summaries in minutes instead of hours, and a career trajectory that keeps climbing while everyone else is still catching up. It's a true game changer. Let's get into it and see how you can upgrade your workflow. Think about how quickly things shifted. A few years ago, AI-powered contract review was something only the biggest law firms in the world could afford. The ones with massive technology budgets and entire IT departments. That same technology today, it's sitting in your browser for free, waiting to be used. Law firms have been watching this, corporate legal departments have been watching this, courts are even using AI to manage caseloads now. And the pattern is clear. This is not a slow-moving trend. The adoption is accelerating, and the gap between people who use these tools and people who don't is getting wider every single week. Now here's something important, because I know what you might be thinking. You've probably heard the whole AI is going to replace your job narrative. And look, I get why that's unsettling. But in the legal world, that just isn't the full story. The things that actually make a great paralegal, building real trust with clients, exercising judgment, reading a room, handling sensitive situations with empathy, those are deeply human skills. AI simply cannot replicate these deeply human skills, not today and not for a long time. What AI can do is take all the repetitive, document-heavy, research-intensive work off your plate so you get to spend more of your energy on the stuff that actually matters. Think of it this way. AI handles the heavy lifting so you can focus on the skilled work that requires a real human professional. That's not a threat. That's leverage. Let me give you a concrete example of what this actually looks like in practice. Say you need to draft a client update letter, standard stuff, right? You've probably written hundreds of them. Without AI, you might spend 20, maybe 30 minutes thinking through it, getting the tone right, typing it out, reviewing it, editing it. That's just one letter. With AI, you describe what you need, the client's name, the case status, and the tone, and you've got a polished first draft in under a minute. It's that fast. You spend another 5 minutes reviewing and refining it with your expertise. Total time, maybe 8 minutes. Now multiply that across every similar task you do in a week. The time savings become extraordinary. And here's the part that surprises a lot of people. It doesn't just save time, it often improves quality. Because AI doesn't get tired. It doesn't slip at 3 in the afternoon when you've already drafted 9 other documents. It applies the same level of attention every single time. You review it, you bring your professional judgment to it, and the final product ends up being more thorough and polished than what you might have produced under normal pressure. Then there's the volume question. Paralegals carry massive workloads. There are probably days where the task list feels longer than the hours in the day. AI handles the first pass on so many of those tasks, drafting, summarizing, researching, which means you can realistically support more attorneys, handle more complex matters, and still leave at a reasonable hour. Now let's get practical. Because knowing AI is useful is one thing. Knowing how to actually use it is another. There are really 5 core skills that matter most here, and they're all learnable. None of them require a tech background. The first one is prompting, and this is the foundation of everything. Prompting is basically the art of giving AI the right instructions. Think of it like telling a brilliant assistant exactly what you need. The more specific you are, the better the result. A great prompt includes the role you want AI to play, the task you need done, the relevant context, and the format you want back. Something like, you are a professional paralegal. Draft a brief client update letter for a personal injury case in the settlement negotiation phase. The tone should be professional and reassuring. Simple, specific, effective. The second skill is AI research. Legal research is one of the most time-consuming parts of the job, and AI tools can dramatically speed it up. You can get oriented on an unfamiliar legal topic, understand procedural requirements in different jurisdictions, summarize the general state of law on an issue, all in a fraction of the time traditional research takes. Now, important caveat, always verify through official legal databases. AI research is your starting point, not your final word. Third is AI drafting. This is where most people see the biggest immediate time savings. You're not asking AI to write the final version of anything. You're asking it to give you a solid, well-structured first draft that you then review and refine. That shift alone can cut drafting time by 50 to 70% on many documents. Fourth is summarization, and this is genuinely powerful. Legal work involves enormous amounts of text, contracts, deposition transcripts, discovery documents, regulatory materials. AI can read through a lengthy document and pull out the key obligations, important dates, parties, and risks in seconds. A document review that might take 3 hours can often be reduced to 30 minutes. And fifth, and this is the one people sleep on, is idea generation. AI is an extraordinary brainstorming partner. Need to figure out how to organize a complex case file? Trying to figure out what questions to include in a client intake form? Just ask. The variety and quality of what comes back is remarkable. You won't use every idea, but you'll almost always find 2 or 3 that spark exactly the direction you needed. Let's talk tools, because this is where people sometimes get overwhelmed, and it shouldn't be complicated. There are 2 AI tools that are going to do most of the heavy lifting for paralegal work. The first is ChatGPT. This is the most widely used AI assistant in the world, and for good reason. It's your go-to for drafting documents, creating templates, generating ideas, writing client letters, and answering complex questions. Free to use, works right in your browser. The second is Claude, and this one is particularly well-suited for legal work because of how it handles long documents. If you need to paste in a 50-page contract and get a structured summary of the key obligations, dates, and risks, Claude is exceptional at that. It holds context well across long conversations, which makes it great for complex, multi-step tasks. Beyond those 2, there are a handful of others worth knowing. Perplexity, AI for research, because it gives you direct answers with sources cited rather than a list of links to wade through. Otter.ai for transcribing meetings and calls automatically. Notion AI for organizing case notes and creating structured workflows. And Grammarly AI for polishing anything that needs to be professional and error-free. You don't need all of these on day 1. Start with 1, get comfortable, then expand. Here's the thing about AI tools. Knowing they exist isn't enough. The real value comes from building a simple, repeatable workflow that you actually use every day. And the workflow is actually pretty simple. 4 steps. First, define the task clearly before you open any AI tool. 60 seconds of clarity up front makes everything downstream better. What's the deliverable? Who's it for? What key information needs to be in there? Second, generate the AI draft. Paste in your prompt, get your starting point, 15 to 60 seconds usually. Third, and this is the most important step, human review. This is where you come in. Is the information accurate? AI makes mistakes? Is the tone right for this particular client? Does it reflect your firm's voice? Are there legal or ethical considerations the AI didn't account for? This is where your professional expertise adds value that no AI can replace. And fourth, final output. Format it, add the necessary headers or signatures, and you're done. Here's what that actually looks like in real life. That client update letter that used to take 30 minutes, 8 minutes. A 40-page contract summary for the attorney to review before a client call, 20 minutes instead of 90. A research brief on an unfamiliar legal concept the attorney needs in 45 minutes, 15 minutes instead of an hour. That's not hypothetical. That's what happens when you make this a daily habit. Let's zoom out for a second because there's something bigger happening here than just saving time on individual tasks. Right now, in most law firms and legal departments, AI adoption is uneven. Some people are starting to experiment with it. Most aren't doing it consistently. A very small number are genuinely proficient. The paralegal who gets to genuine proficiency first becomes indispensable. They become the person their colleagues come to for help. The person attorneys rely on for faster turnarounds. The person leadership notices when expanded roles and compensation conversations come up. And here's something even more interesting. As AI handles more of the purely mechanical work, the profession is naturally evolving toward higher value activities. Legal project management, legal operations, client relationship management, knowledge management. These are roles with more responsibility, more visibility, and better compensation. And they're more accessible to people with strong AI skills. There's also a compounding effect at play. Every day you use AI, you get better at it. You learn which prompts work. You build your own library of templates. You develop instincts about where AI adds the most value and where human judgment is irreplaceable. The professional who starts today will be significantly more capable in 6 months than the one who waits. That gap doesn't close, it compounds. Here's the thing I want you to walk away with today. The paralegal profession isn't disappearing, it's upgrading. The qualities that make a great paralegal, judgment, empathy, trust, the ability to read a complex situation and make the right call, those are irreplaceable. AI can draft a letter, but it cannot read the room. It can summarize a contract, but it cannot sense that a client is confused and needs a completely different explanation. It can generate a research outline, but it cannot decide which argument is most likely to land with a particular judge. What AI does is clear the path, it handles the volume work, so that your expertise gets to show up where it actually matters. The professionals who figure this out early, who build these skills consistently, who make AI part of how they work every single day, those are the ones who look back in a year and realize their career quietly transformed. So here's where to start. Pick one tool, try one prompt, apply it to one real task this week. Don't wait until you feel ready. The confidence comes from doing. And if you want the full deep dive, all 50 prompts, the complete 7-day action plan, the workflow breakdowns, the use cases with step-by-step guidance, the book this is based on is called The 60-Minute AI Upgrade for Paralegals, and I've linked it in the description below. It's built to be read in one sitting, practical, specific, and ready to use the same day. If you're serious about staying ahead in the AI era, it's worth your time. Check the link below, and if this video helped you see the opportunity differently, share it with someone in the legal field who needs to hear it. See you on the next one!